Los Angeles faces a housing shortage crisis. Los Angeles faces a chronic homelessness crisis. Los Angeles has higher than the national average joblessness. And if you haven't been paying attention, Los Angeles is going bankrupt. All four of these issues stem from the same problem. We make it entirely impossible to build mixed income housing as well as low income affordable housing in the city of LA through market forces. The reality of not building enough housing is putting pressure everywhere. During the Housing and Homelessness Committee meeting on Thursday, November 7th, 2024, we learned we learned a lot. We learned that the city projects it can only build 17,000 housing units based on current EULA tax receipts, totaling $440 million, plus the potential for grants and the federal government, although those federal government grants will most likely disappear with the Trump and Republican victory last week. While the committee did, pass the EULA program resolution for consideration by the full city council, there is no timeline for the city council to pass the ordinance, nor is there a timeline to when the first housing units would even be available. If the city does not cough up another $50 million for the current fiscal year 2024-2025, hundreds of interim housing beds for homeless persons will disappear. Get this. If the city does not cough up another $186 million for fiscal year 2025-2026, up to 1,300 interim housing beds will disappear. The city already has a projected 2024-2025 budget deficit of $476 million, and it has a 2025-2026 budget deficit of up to $2 billion. The city council cannot get an audit of the Inside Safe program for Mayor Karen Bass's office. If Los Angeles only needed 17,000 low-income housing units, this would not be a problem. However, LA needs almost 450,000 housing units, 300,000 mixed-income units, and 150,000 low-income units. Losing 1,300 beds might not be the end of the world if there were only 1,300 people to house. However, LA, the city alone, needs to house 29,275 unsheltered homeless people. Plus, there are already an additional 16,000 sheltered homeless, but most are in temporary, not permanent housing. While the people of Los Angeles approved Measure A and its 0.5% sales tax increase to combat homelessness, which is nominally a 0.25% tax increase on top of the now repealed Measure H's original 0.25% sales tax increase, there is no guarantee of the county sending the city additional funds to pay for the interim housing. Or if the county were to send additional funds to the city, that those dollars would be enough to offset the increased budget requests for these services. Either way, even with new Measure A funds, it looks like the city will still have a larger and larger budget hole as it tries to help move people off the streets and into shelter. Somehow, the news still gets worse. Because Inside Safe pays higher bed rates than the other interim bed solutions funded by the city, it is hard for the council to push back on requests from the service providers. As council member Monica Rodriguez put it, we are negotiating against ourselves. Not once during the committee meeting did any of the 5 members provide their thoughts on how LA can solve these 4 issues of housing, homelessness, jobs, or budget deficit. It's easy. Rezone LA to be multifamily everywhere. Make it easy to build by right and get out of the way. Fortunately, we can build our way to a bright future. Los Angeles, let's do this. My name is Lauren. This is We Unite, We Win. Please join me, Los Angeles. Let's get housing built everywhere in Los Angeles. No fear, only love.